Hey guys, so today we're taking a look at the EZA STR KEFLA here. This is of course a global first EZA, came out alongside, well not at the same time, but pretty much at the same time as the global first Rose Dokkan Fest. So we'll take a look at her kit here and then we'll jump into an event. This character does seem quite good, so that's obviously a good thing. I think Dokkan has done decently well with EZAs over the past year or so, it is good to see them continuing that trend as we move forward. So we're not going to go over the leader skill because obviously it's not going to be something that we're really going to be using. So she has, of course, 3 forms. You guys know how the STR KEFLA works, so we're going to go through all the details here. Base form super deck effect, she greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn. So I think that great raise is a infinite stack, great raise of attack, which is really, really good, obviously. It's not going to result in like some ridiculously massive jump in offense, but you'll see why it matters when we go through her passive. Immense damage to enemy and lowers defense, sure. All right, so this feels great as her passive. Key +1, that's actually pretty good. Defense plus 200% at the start of turn. Then she gets 200% attack and 100% defense when performing a super attack. Then she gets another 150% attack and a 50% chance of evading enemies' attacks with 3 or more key spheres obtained. And then when she gets 6 or more key spheres, she's going to do an additional super. So we'll see this as a pattern as we continue through these forms here, but she's going to be doing additionals. Guaranteed additional super. It's not the 50%, it's not the 70% thing that we see a lot. It's just guaranteed, assuming you get the orbs that she needs. So that's why this great stack, which is something that, we're going to continue seeing as we move through the forms here. That's why this is important, because by itself, it's not really going to do a lot. But as you super and super and super and super, it's going to matter. It really is, I think. All right, so we're going to go over to the Super Saiyan form. Greatly raise attack, raise defense for 1 turn. Immense damage, greatly lowers defense. Passive is now 2 key, 250% defense. Then she gets 250% attack and an additional defense plus 100% when performing a super attack. Then she gets an additional 150% attack and a 50% chance of evading with 2 or more key spheres obtained. Then she gets an additional defense plus 50% with 4 or more key spheres obtained. And then she launches an additional super with 6 or more key spheres obtained. And then she's going to transform to the final form on the next phase. Super deck effect is similar. Greatly raise, infinitely attack, and then defense for 1 turn. Immense damage, massively lowers defense. Passive is now 3 key, 260% defense. Then she gets 260% attack and an additional defense plus 120% when performing a super attack. 50% chance of evading enemies' attacks, which is now just baseline. And then she has an additional attack plus 160% and defense plus 60% with 2 or more key spheres. She does an additional super with 4 or more key spheres, and then she does another additional super and a chance of performing a critical hit and chance of evading enemies' attacks plus 20% with 6 or more key spheres obtained. So if you get 6 key spheres with the Super Saiyan 2 version of KEFLA, she has a 70% chance to dodge, and she's doing 3 guaranteed supers. And she also, I guess, has an extra 20% chance to crit, and she has pretty good defense, it looks like, from what she's getting here. She also does have an active skill. This is kind of like a remnant of when active skills were kind of still new to the game. Can be activated when there is a Pure Saiyan or a Universe Survival Saga category enemy. Changes physical key spheres to STR key spheres and attacks effective against all types for 1 turn. So it's not a crazy active skill. We honestly, you could look at this character and not even consider the active skill. I think in a lot of cases, right? Yeah, it's not the greatest ever, but it's okay. So the build that I went for her, I went mostly just attack to make the most out of the stacking attack. Now, obviously, that silver skill orb is not that great. That's a remnant of from what I had on her when she first dropped, like a millennium ago. So I'm probably going to end up replacing that silver skill orb, but for the purposes of the showcase, I'm just going to leave it on because it is giving us a decent amount of extra attack. It's 600 extra attack. But I went mostly offense. I mean, this is a character that's going to be supering a lot. She does not have any built-in crits or super effective until we get to the Super Saiyan 2 form of KEFLA. And again, you're not really going to see the active skill that often, and you're also only getting a 20% chance to crit from the passive, right? I think it's only 20% because it's when you get 6 key spheres, she has, and chance of performing a critical hit plus 20%. Yeah, so she doesn't have anywhere else built-in crits into her kit. But again, I'm probably going to replace that silver skill orb with probably going to go like dodge. If I had to if I have like a good dodge plus crit skill orb, I'll probably go with that. I have to look and see what I have. I've been using a lot of skill orbs recently because we just got a bunch of Universe 6 EZA characters, which we'll take a look at in a second here. We're going to be using her on the not KEFLA team, the Kale team, the AGL Kale team. By the way, we did just get Zenkai EZAs for Tech KEFLA, the dodging KEFLA. We got an EZA for Vados that looks insane. Now, one downside about KEFLA releasing early on Global is we don't have access to the EZA for the STR Kaba. We're going to be fighting the Red Zone Cell fight because I don't think there are many great long events to show off characters on Global right now. That's one reason why I'm really looking forward to the 9th anniversary, is because there's a lot of really long events. But when it comes to Global, there's not really a long event we can show show characters on right now. But Kaba, I think we can get away with throwing him on here. If Kaba dies, I'm probably just going to take him off, but he's going to be super important for KEFLA. Kaba is obviously a super STR mega support character that is generating orbs that KEFLA needs every turn to get her passive. And Vados is also going to be a Rainbow Orb changer. And I threw on God Goku because God Goku, I think, can work decently well as a floater. He's going to have his intro for this team as well. And he also is going to be generating orbs if we need to for KEFLA. So let me see if we can get a Kale friend. Okay, perfect. That's perfect. Okay. So yeah, let's jump into the Cell fight here. The one thing I'll mention is there's no LRs on here because Universe 6 doesn't really have like any LRs. There's no LR KEFLA. There's no LR hit. There's LR Kill and KEFLA, but well, we're not going to run LR Kill and KEFLA. So let's go ahead and jump in with this. Let me also grab the Zeno support memory, because why not? And we'll see how things go here. Yeah, look at our HP, 571. That's certainly not a lot. Decently interesting opening rotation. It's a lot of support. Remember, Vados is supporting 4 different categories. I believe Vados is only giving KEFLA 20% support. We've seen this a million times. Let me just check something real quick. Okay, so she's at 300k defense right away. Let me check Vados. So Vados is supporting Universe 6, Realm of Gods, Siblings Bond, and Bond of Master and Disciple. Yeah, so KEFLA is only going to be getting the 20% attack and defense and 1 key from the Universe 6 portion of this. Keep in mind that for Vados' support, the way it works is the more categories you are going to fall under for this passive, the more ticks or the more activations of the support buff you're getting. So if you're a character that is in Universe 6 and Realm of Gods and Siblings Bond, you're going to be getting 3 key and 60% attack and defense from this passive. But of course, KEFLA is only going to get the 1 instance of that. I'm going to keep Vados around for now, I think. We do end up losing... yeah, it's only Fierce Battle. We can throw Vados in slot 1. Vados has a 70% chance to dodge, and I gave her a lot of dodge. Yeah, 22 dodge and 13, because she does massively raise defense for 1 turn. So yeah, Vados is a pretty good EZA. Let's do that. Let's do like this, and then Vados is not going to obviously kill Cell, so we can then give KEFLA the orbs that she needs. So she's starting out with 300k defense. Remember, she's getting 100% defense from her passive, right? She has a 50% chance to dodge. And then she's also getting defense for 1 turn. So she's going to have about 800k defense here after supering, which of course is really good. And then she's going to have 1,000,000 defense after double supering, which is guaranteed. So technically, if we get 3 supers on this turn, she'll be at 1.2 million defense. That's pretty good. I'll take that. Around 1.2 million defense. For turn 1, that's pretty good. Right? And of course, as we get deeper into the fight, it'll get a lot better too. All right, so yeah, 15 million turn 1, and then she's going to be doing an extra super here guaranteed. Don't kill him. Okay, nice. Okay, notice she is greatly stacking attack. Notice that was a pretty sizable jump, an 800,000 attack stat jump there. And then there's the third one. Yeah, okay, so you can notice the attack stat jumping up. That was a pretty strong first turn from base form KEFLA. We got the 3 stacks of greatly raising attack there. That's, again, going to carry over, as you guys know. Okay, well, this is not a great rotation here. We got double Kale, which means we're not going to... Obviously, the entire premise behind bringing Tech KEFLA was that we can have KEFLA linked up with one of these Kales, right? Which is not going to happen for a long time. All right, well, I'm assuming mine is better than the friend's. The friend has more defense. 13 dodge and some extra defense. Mine has 14 dodge. Okay, so the friend's is probably a little better than mine in terms of defense. So we'll do this. We'll flip mine off. And I don't know if God Goku's going to be able to get his orbs. Probably not. It looks like he's probably not going to be able to get his orbs. Let's click this. Oh, we can. Okay, that's good. And then we can do this. Let's clean up the middle a little bit. Set up those STR orbs. Okay, this is not good. Kale, member, is not a slot 1 character. Maybe I should just put God Goku in slot 1. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Until Kale transforms, she is certainly not a slot 1 character. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal. We're after we attack, we're fine. Of course, his first attack had to be super good. Kale is a lot better. Remember, she's stacking damage reduction for the turn whenever she attacks. So she's at 60% damage reduction here. Imagine if Cell had supered right now, it would have taken nothing. But of course he had to super right away. I should have probably just put God Goku in the front. It wouldn't have mattered, right? Okay. Let's get through this turn. I might just use a Dende. Like, it doesn't matter. Next turn, we're going to float Tech KEFLA off. He's going to have like a sliver. I actually kind of hope we kill here. If Kale can kill here, we can enter the next phase with a fresh health pool for the boss. The AGL cell phase. All right, Kale, can you crit? I don't know how much crit the friend. I don't think he probably put that much crit on her, but let's see. Give us a crit. Okay, he's dead anyway. We'll take it. This is my actually no, yeah, this is my Kale. I don't think I have much crit on her because the transformed Kale does have I think she has crit built in somewhere. All right, so here's the transformation into Super Saiyan. Oh yeah, we got the Vados heal actually. That's why we just healed up all that HP. So Vados. What is the how does it read again? 40% HP when HP is 60% or less at start of turn once only. Yeah. This character's real. This is a mega powerful EZA, man. Great chance to dodge. She's giving support to all those categories. She's healing. She's rainbow orb changing. And then she also has a massive attack and defensive raise for 1 turn on super attack, and she's lowering attack, and she seals. This is like a real sub EZA. This is what we're talking about when we said we want good sub EZAs is Vados. Okay, I am gonna float Tech KEFLA off. Let's do this. This will still allow us. Actually, if we do this. This will still be enough to get us the 6 orbs, and it will heal us up from getting the STR orbs with KEFLA, so we'll do that. Oh, I thought it would fall differently. Well, I guess we're resetting. I'll be back in a second. Okay, let's try that again. So let me just take a quick look here. So I think the way this works. High chance of evading enemies' attacks with 2 or more key spheres obtained. I think. Does that work when she? I think it's on attack is when that kicks in. I think. So we probably are better off just putting Vados in the front and doing it like this. Just let's get the little bit of healing from this, and then we could do this. Get the 6 from her for her there, and then we could just do. We'll save those. We'll do this. All Vados has to do is dodge, which she's definitely going to do. Yep. And don't forget, after Vados dodges, she gets 60% attack and defense as well. This character is just ridiculous. Sub EZA, by the way. All right, KEFLA, what do you got for us? 19.7. Okay. It's pretty good. We have another one coming in as well, guaranteed. Okay, 20.9. That went up by 1.2 million. This is why I'm saying, like, the great stack actually matters when you're attacking this much. And there's the third, 22 million. So this is her 6th attack. This is the hidden potential system. And then there's the dodge, and there's the dodge. Yeah, I mean, that was a perfect turn. It's not going to get... That's pretty much the best we're going to get from her. I mean, that's as good as it gets, right? Okay, so the next turn, we're going to have Kale on the rotation finally. We can do this. I have the animations turned on, right? Skip off. It's not very common where we get to transform Kale, so... Okay. We are floating Kaba off here. And I did save these AGL orbs for a purpose, so that we can do this, and then we can heal up with God Goku with those physical orbs, and then Kaba can heal up with those orbs. Okay, that worked out pretty well. Basically, yeah, we're at full health now. Nice. Of course, he's super right away. This guy always does this. All right, well, he's dead. He's not gonna kill. He's not touching Kale. Kale when she's transformed like this. Well, is he dead actually? Maybe we won't kill him. Normal. Okay, well, maybe we're not gonna kill unless God Goku. I don't have very much crit on my God Goku, so I actually don't think we're gonna kill here. And then of course Kaba's not gonna. Dude, if Kaba dies, I'm gonna be so mad. If he's supering again, it's possible this guy double supers. If he's actually supering again at the end, that's gonna suck. It would actually, now that I'm thinking about this, it actually would be better if we don't kill him here. But yeah, it looks like we're not going to kill him here. Okay, we just have to not die. Kaba has to not die. Please, just don't super. Please don't. We wouldn't die to a normal, would we? We got a lot of orbs. Kaba, don't die to a normal. Don't die to one normal. Don't die. Okay, double supering is really good. He's stacking defense here. I just like forced this guy on the team. Okay, we're fine. Ow. All right, here's the Super Saiyan 2 transformation. Haven't seen that in years. All right. Let's get this in here. He's healing in the front, so we can greed out a stack with KEFLA in the front here. 327,000 defense with next to KEFLA, or next to Kale, she has 5 out of 7. Everything except for Fuse Fighter and power bestowed by God. All right, so we're gonna do this. He's healing in the front, which means we are completely fine here. Let's grab this, and let's do this. Cell is toast. Toast. And this is perfect because this is gonna set up 27.5. This is going to set up KEFLA versus the final phase of the super perfect Cell phase. All right, goodbye, Cell. A nice 18 million crit. We had 4 of those, by the way. All right. Do I want to just pop that? Probably. 306,000. She's guaranteed guarding, right? It's been a while since I've used this character. Blah. Yeah, because we have a Khalifa on rotation. Let's do this. Actually, we should probably play this animation, right? God Goku. Okay. Let's... Yeah, let's do this. We know he's supering right away. Go ahead. All right, so we're going to move on to the final phase here with KEFLA primed up. She's going to be in prime position. And then don't forget, we are going to have support from Kaba as well. So this is like this is actually like a dream scenario for KEFLA. This is essentially as good as she's going to look for now, right? We don't have very many long stages on global, so unfortunately we're kind of relegated to just throwing her here. But I mean, this is as good as it's going to get. Okay, so in slot 1, again, we're going to have 5 out of 7 links. She's not going to get any other links for having Kaba there, but Kaba is giving the support and he's giving the orb changing. So she's at 353,000 defense, which is not really that impressive, but let's take a look at what else she's getting here. She's getting 120% defense when she performs an attack, and then she's getting 60% extra defense when she's getting 2 key spheres. And then on top of that, she is raising defense for 1 turn on super, and we know that she's doing 3 guaranteed supers when she gets the orbs, when she gets the 6 orbs. Plus, she can potentially do a 4th from the hidden potential system. I mean, Cell is not... There's no way Cell is surviving KEFLA. There's no way. The only thing that could happen here is if Cell supers in the front and KEFLA doesn't dodge. But remember, she has a 70% chance to dodge. 400... Actually, no, she does get the dodge. No, never mind. This does activate when you pick the orbs up. I thought it activated when you attacked, but as you can see, we just gained extra defense from picking those orbs up. So she does now have a 70% chance to dodge. So this would be pretty funny if, like, I go through this whole speech and then she just gets one shot by Cell, but that's not going to happen. Let's go. This is, like, again, the best possible situation you could have for KEFLA, at least for now. This is turn 7, which is not unrealistic considering that most of the 9th anniversary events and difficult stages are going to, like, turn 10, 11, 12. So let's see how KEFLA does here. Cell is dead. 1,000,000%. There's no way he survives this. Okay, let's see. Okay, 32 million. This is attack number 1. Okay, 33.5 million. Attack number 2. And 35 million. And we could do one more after this from the hidden potential system. Yeah. By the way, her defense on this turn after 3 supers. I'm not going to be able to give a concrete number right now. I'm just trying to think. So she started with 400,000 on super. She's getting 120. So she's going to be at about 900. And then every super she's getting 30% for the turn. So, I mean, realistically speaking, after those 3 supers, she was about 1.5 million defense with a 70% chance to dodge. And then if she would have given us the 4th super, she was going to jump up to around 1.8 million. Somewhere in that ballpark, around 1.8 million defense, assuming that she had that 4th super coming in after this. But then it's not just 1.8 million, it's 1.8 million defense with a 70% chance to dodge. So, I mean, you add up all those numbers, she's very close to having a 100 million attack stat on this turn. So, I mean, there's nothing really else that needs to be shown with this KEFLA. I think you guys were able to understand how ridiculous she is. Again, the team will become better and more comprehensive once we get the EZA for the STR Kaba. Because I think a lot of these Universe 6 EZA characters are actually pretty good. I mean, like I said, the Int Vados actually is a very, very good run next to this KEFLA because she's providing the rainbow orbs that she needs. I think you can get away with running God Goku, which we obviously did on this team. He's going to be generating orbs, and then obviously, again, Kaba as well. So you have a setup of three floaters who are all orb changing in some way. You can get the transformation easily for Kale. So this team is pretty decent. I mean, it's not as good as like the 9th anniversary teams by any stretch of the imagination, But for what it is, I kind of do like this. So let me know down below what you guys think of EZA STR KEFLA. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.